8 new apartments taking shape, 1 definitely sold, 4 close to completion. But one sale now not so definite, with the buyer, who's a banker, facing possible Brexit relocation. There's certainly nervousness in the property market.
We've had the impact on professional investors who we've seen completely pulling out the market because of the uncertainty. Then you've got the mum and pop buy-to-let investors. Again, they're putting their plans on hold because they're nervous that if they buy now, things might drop, and actually that affects their rent and the return that they're going to get.
And if residential as well as the commercial property market dries up, it has all kinds of implications. The think tank Centre for London says it could slow transport infrastructure projects, which are dependent on developer contributions. Economists say it's the overall uncertainty which has impacts.
One is a delay in investment. Second one is in confidence, consumer confidence, business confidence. You can see this being slightly eroded. Both of these factors will have a depressing effect on economic activity, at least in the short term.
He says there are some signs that skilled EU workers are already hesitating now about taking jobs in London. In construction, 25% of workers are from the EU, highlighting the skills gap, which this developer is already addressing with an academy for local apprentices.
The heightened uncertainty as regards the potential for overseas workers to work in London means that things like the National Skills Academy become increasingly important to ensure that we work with local people to upskill them to make sure we can deliver the homes that London needs.
But could some kind of special arrangements, like a London-specific work permit or visa, be the answer?
A visa that applies for only part of the country at first sight is very difficult because the borders we have are hardly solid. People work and live in different parts of the country, and indeed there are many workers who might work part of the time in London and part of the time not in London. But given Brexit, we've got to look at things that previously were thought were not doable, and this is one of them.
But what did 4 out of 10 Londoners voting to leave say about social cohesion? Some think it was about much more than immigration.
A lot of areas that have large enough proportion of migrants, non-EU migrants from the old Commonwealth, actually voted to leave. Yet we've got others where communities voted to remain. So it's a combination of poverty, inequality, where things have changed far too rapidly, and the discomfort that that's caused.
Very early days, and few are predicting with any certainty how the demolition now proceeds and the reconstruction is going to go. Tim Donovan, BBC London News.